Poštovami obecenstvo mojich Guru-pada-pada, Nitile Pravistom Vishnu-pada, Stotarashat, Srimad-Bhagavatam, Vamana Goswami Maharaj, and my Shiksha Guru and my Sannyas Guru, Nitile Pravistom Vishnu-pada, Stotarashat, Srimad-Bhagavatam, Sri Goswami Maharaj, so his lotus feet which remove all the fear. For my limited Dandavat pranams. After that, my obeisance to Nitya Pravistam Vishnu-pada, Stotarashat Srimad-Bhagavatam, Srila Swami Maharaj, and also to all of the worshipable present here, Prapuja Charan, Srimad-Bhagavatam, Padmanabha Maharaj, Param Pujapada, Sri Ramachandra Prabhu, and also Param Pujapada Gokulchana Prabhu, and also to all present here, all the Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, to all the mothers, the devotees absorbed in the moods of Mahaprabhu, the devotees eager to listen to Harikatha, at the feet of everyone. For my Dandavat pranams accordingly, please accept my pranams. Today is the first day of Srimad-Bhagavatat-katha. we have heard. Sorry, we have come from the house of Shripad Vinoda Bihari Prabhuji doing the Kailash Jatra and doing it, and also we welcomed the Vaishnavas and honored them. We honored the Vaishnavas, we tried to honor the Vaishnavas in a proper way. Today we have not so much time, short time. Still, we heard from the lotus mouth of different devotees. Vedanta Sutra, he manifested all the Vedas, everything. But still, his mind was not pacified in peace. In the end, by the mercy of Narada Rishi, he manifested the essence of the Vedanta, the Srimad-Bhagavatam in this world. According to what the previous speakers spoke in a beautiful way. So Bha, the meaning of Bha means Prakash, enlightening. By doing karma, jnana, yoga, tapasya, the living entity can never get the highest benefit. Even dharma, artha, kama, moksha is not the highest goal for the living entity. The topmost benefit for the living entity is only in the fifth and last topmost goal, Krishna-prema. Like from Parampuja Padmanabha Maharaj, he told, what is the fruit of hearing the Bhagavad-katha? Prema for Lord appears in our hearts. The Srimad-Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam discusses about Prema-katha. So the word Bha means Prakash. Ga means Garishta, topmost. Topmost. Vyasadeva manifested many books, and the Bhagavata is the topmost book. Bhagavata is called Puran Samrat, the emperor of all the Puranas. Bhagavata is the emperor of all the Puranas. Srimad-Bhagavatam is the essence of all the Vedas, Puranas and Upanishads. So Va, Bhagava. Va means Vas means Lord himself. He remains, he stays in the heart of all the living entities. He lives in the heart of the living entities. To means by hearing and listening to the Bhagavatam and glorifying the Bhagavatam, the living entity is completely protected from Maya. Maya won't be able to touch the living entity. So Ta means Tran, means be protected from Maya. So by hearing the Srimad-Bhagavatam, the living entity can attain the topmost abode of Lord, and also after realizing his own spiritual form, and the soul will be established in the eternal service of Bhagavan. So we describe about Srimad-Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is directly the form of Lord. Garur Purana is explaining Artoyam Brahma Sutanam Bharatartha Vinirnaya. This Srimad-Bhagavatam is the direct form of Vedanta Sutra. And the full purport of the Mahabharata is also there. The commentary of the Brahma Gayatri is also there and fully expanded in all Vedic knowledge in the Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavata is the essence of all the Vedas, Puranas and Upanishads. Srimad-Bhagavatam is directly the form of Lord. Swayam Bhagavan, to benefit the living entities, appears in the sound incarnation, Banmai Murti of the Bhagavatam. Srimad-Bhagavatam is not only a book. Srimad-Bhagavatam is directly the Bhagavat-svarupa, the form of God Himself. 12 cantos of the Srimad-Bhagavatam are there. 12 cantos of the Srimad-Bhagavatam are there. So these 12 cantos are directly the form of Lord. In the Padma Purana is described. This Srimad-Bhagavatam is 12 parts of the body of Krishna, 12 limbs. Bhagavata has 12 cantos. They are directly the 12 limbs of Krishna's body. First canto and second canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam are the two lotus feet of Lord. Third and fourth canto are Bhagavan's two thighs. Fifth canto is Bhagavan's navel. Sixth canto is Bhagavan's chest. Seventh and eighth canto, Bhagavan's two arms. Ninth canto of Srimad-Bhagavatam is Bhagavan's throat. 10th canto is the beautiful smiling face of Bhagavan. The 11th canto of the Srimad-Bhagavatam is the Bhagavan's forehead. On the 12th canto of Srimad-Bhagavatam is Bhagavan's head. Directly Bhagavan, to give benefit to the living entities. He appears in the form of the Bhagavatam. So if we hear the Bhagavat, all the sins of the living entities are destroyed. The sin of killing your own father, mother, cow, all kinds of sins, terrible sins. By hearing Harikatha, they will be destroyed. The great sins, terrible sins, that you could not even be delivered from these sins even by doing atonement. But if you hear Bhagavad-katha, you'll be delivered from these sins. In this context, Srila Narada Rishi, he told this katha. By hearing the Srimad-Bhagavat-katha, even great sinners, they deliver from this material world, and they directly attain the abode of Lord. In this context, once what happened was that all the rishis, they were gathered together and they were thinking, they were considering, discussing that hearing the Bhagavatam, how the jiva can be delivered and attain the abode of Lord by hearing Bhagavat-katha. By the process of karma, jnana, yoga, tapasya, they cannot get these fruits, these results, but only by easily, in a very simple way. Only by hearing Bhagavat-katha, they will be delivered. So once what happened is that Parikshit Maharaj, he was free from the curse of the Brahmana, he was going to the abode of Lord. And then great demigods became like shocked when they saw the situation, like Parikshit Maharaj going to the abode of Lord. And then all the demigods prayed to Brahmaji, and they told, how did he deliver? Only by hearing Bhagavad-katha. Then at that moment, Brahmaji, he saw that he was in shock also, astonished. Like he put all the Vedas, Puranas and Upanishads in one side of the scale, like those Asian scales. In the other side of the scale, he put Srimad-Bhagavatam. Then Lord Brahma saw that the side of the Bhagavatam kept in the scale was so heavy. Those who are heavy, they go down, right? And those things are very light, they go up in these old scales. I also sometimes say the listener is big or small, like a high personality or low personality. Look, the listeners, they sit on the floor. Jamin. But the speaker sits on the chowki, on the wooden platform. On this platform. So tell me, those who sit on the floor, they are called Jamindar, also means landlord. And those who sit on the chowki means wood platform, also are chowkidar, which also means doorman, security guard. So who is higher, a landlord or a security guard? Security guard. Who is higher? It's a joke in Hindi with Hindi words. So those who are sitting on the floor, they are more heavier. And those who are sitting up, they are lighter. That's why you are so fortunate, all of you who are sitting on the floor. So what I want to say with all this is that Brahmaji, he measured with the scale and he saw that the Bhagavad-katha was so glorious and Bhagavatam was so heavy. One word is guru, another word is lagu. The scriptures say word guru and lagu. Lagu or lagu means light and guru means heavy. The Srimad-Bhagavatam is guru, heavy. So the Srimad-Bhagavatam-katha is rare even for great demigods. Even the great demigods, they are so eager to attain this Bhagavad-katha. In the Bhagavat-mahatmya, glories of the Bhagavatam is also described that when Shukadeva Goswami he was about to speak the Bhagavad-katha to Parikshit Maharaj, he was about to feed Parikshit Maharaj with the nectar of the Srimad-Bhagavatam. At that moment, the demigods headed by Indra, they came from Swarga bringing the Amrit nectar. They came. Then they told Shukadeva Goswami, Hey Bhagavan, please feed this nectar to Parikshit Maharaj. Sorry. And feed us, the demigods, the Bhagavatam, the nectar of the Bhagavatam. Hearing this, Shukadeva Goswami laughed, smiled, started laughing. Shukadeva Goswami laughed, started laughing, saying, Kasuda. In that moment, Shukadeva Goswami Pandit told, look, how can you compare broken pieces of glasses with super valuable diamonds and jewels? If someone says, oh, I'll give you some broken pieces of glasses and in exchange you should give me topmost expensive jewel, any person would do that? No. So the Bhagavatam nectar of the Bhagavatam is like topmost. Bhagavad-katha. It's nothing compared to the nectar of Swarga. Saying this, Shukadeva Goswami Pad cheated the demigods or made them bereft without this nectar. So we have to consider who is qualified or not. The Srimad-Bhagavatam, who is qualified to listen to the Bhagavad-katha? Only Parikshit Maharaj was qualified. That's why Shukadeva Goswami Pad cheated the demigods in the sense that he didn't give the nectar to them, made them bereft of the nectar of the Bhagavatam, and he told the Bhagavatam only to Parikshit Maharaj. This nectar of Swarga, if you drink the nectar of Swarga, more lust and anger will come in your heart. Lust and anger will increase. But if someone drinks the Bhagavad-katha, nectar of the Bhagavad-katha, lust and anger will be far from the heart forever. Srimad-Bhagavatam gives evidence. If someone hears the katha of the Bhagavatam, the person becomes immortal. and all his sins will be destroyed. And the jiva will directly attain the abode of Lord. But this nectar of Swarga, if you drink the nectar of Swarga, the jiv cannot attain Bhagavan. You can say Indra, Chandra, etc. How much lust and anger they have in their house, in their heart. Lust and anger is not destroyed. It was not destroyed in their heart. But if any person drinks the nectar of the Bhagavatam, here's the Bhagavad-katha, it's 100% guaranteed that this person will be free from all lust and anger, all kinds of lust and anger, and the person will directly attain the abode of Lord. Jai 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 Sri Ram, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Ram. I want to tell you a story. The katha. We'll have taste to hear the katha. If we know the glories, some of the glories of the katha, we need to hear the glorification. Like for example, if you hear someone's glorification or praise, naturally you will feel faith towards that person. Your faith will increase. That's why in the Padma Purana, Srila Narada Rishi, he told this Bhagavad-katha, glories of the Bhagavad-katha in the Padma Purana. So once what happened was that so he told the story of Gokarna and Dundukari. By hearing the Bhagavad-katha, how even the great sinners can be delivered and attain Bhagavan. So, Shastra explains that the story of who? Gokarna and Dundukari. We should hear this story. Maharaj, I've heard so many times this story. But the Dundukari, which is inside your heart, hasn't come out, right? That's why you have to hear it again and again. Then this lust and anger, which is inside our hearts, sitting in our hearts, they will go away. This Srimad-Bhagavatam, so Bhagavatam directly manifests his own form. In the South India, next to the river Tungabhadra, a rich Brahmana used to live. His name was Atmadev Brahman. What was his name? Atmadev Brahman. He had so much money. He was so rich. But he was so miser as well. He used to wear even like worn out clothes full of holes. His clothes were like old, full of clothes, full of holes. He wouldn't give donation. And the name of his wife was Dunduli. This Brahman, even though he was very rich, he wasn't happy. His mind was not in peace, not happy. His wife was also very, kalpa. So he was already becoming old and he thought, I have so much money. But to whom I'll give all my money because I don't have any sons, daughters. So Atmadeva Brahman, he was thinking, I'd better give some donation. Like I gave donation, but I didn't get the fruit of these donations. So he didn't have any offspring, no children, so he was so upset. One day, he was sitting in one place and crying so much. Then suddenly a saint appeared near him. Seeing the saint, the Atmadeva Brahman held the feet of the saint and started crying so loudly, saying, "Hey Maharaj, be merciful to me." The saint told, "Tell me, why are you crying? Why are you crying?" Then the Atmadeva Brahman told, "Because I have everything, I have money and wealth, but I don't have a son. I don't have a son. Give me a son." Then the saint told, "Look, Brahmana, whatever we get in this world is actually previous results of our actions. Our previous knowledge, wealth, everything is actually coming from previous lives, coming after us, like running towards us. Previous knowledge, previous wealth." Punyaputra, Shastra explains, if you did some pious deeds in the past life, you can get a son. Punyaputra, Bhagya Bharja, according to your destiny, you'll get a good wife or not. If you have a good destiny, you'll get a nice wife. All these are things that come from previous lives. By punya karma from previous lives, these things are coming to us. Even though we don't want it, they will come. We are doing karma in this world to try to get happiness and avoid unhappiness, but instead opposite is coming. We are in this world performing karma for what? To try to destroy our sufferings and to get happiness. But what is coming instead? A little bit of happiness and only suffering and sufferings, distresses. Why does this sufferings come? We don't want the suffering. But why does it come? Because you did something like this in the past lives. And the fruit of this karma somehow or another will come back to you. Hey King, in this material world, because of the karma of previous lives, the jivas are suffering in this world. So this sannyasi told, "Hey Atmadeva Brahman, leave it. Stop thinking about it. Whatever you have already got by the desire of Lord, just be happy with it." But if someone is under some illusion, or even you can 1,000 times give some knowledge to him, no effect will come. So the Atmadeva Brahman told, "Hey Maharaj, I want a son. Please give me. How can I get a son?" Sannyasi said, "Hey Brahman, with my divine vision I see that what to speak of having a son in this life, for 7 lives. Even for 7 lives you won't be able to get any son." What to speak of this life only? You didn't do these pious deeds necessary to have a son. So for 7 lives you won't be able to have any offspring. You cannot get offspring for 7 lives, children for 7 lives. Then Atmadeva Brahman started crying even more. Maharaj mercifully solved this out. The saints, they can change our destiny. The saints can change our destiny, our like karma. If they want, the saints, yes, they can change our destiny. That's why the Atmadeva Brahmin told, hey Maharaj, somehow or another, give me a son, like a children. Then saying this again and again, the saint chanted some mantra for one fruit, like put some mantra in the fruit, and said, hey Atmadeva Brahman, you should give this fruit to your wife for her to eat. And because of this, she will be pregnant for a beautiful son, like very nice son. The Atmadeva Brahman took back that fruit, reached his house, and then he gave to his own wife, Dunduli. He gave that fruit to her. Dunduli, in her mind, she thought, nobody gets pregnant from eating fruits. Come on. No one. So many monkeys are eating fruits and they're not getting pregnant just because of this. It's not possible to be pregnant just because of eating fruits. This is useless thoughts. It's crazy. My husband has gone somewhere. He met any saint. Whose saint is this? Who knows? And he got this fruit from this saint. And you think I'll be pregnant just from eating a fruit? Come on. But also in her mind she thought, but the fruit that the saint gave me, if I eat this fruit, imagine if I really do get pregnant, then I'll be pregnant, right? And then I will be so fat, I won't be able to walk properly, I won't be able to eat sweets or also like some sour food. Like maybe a thief will come and steal all my money and I won't be able to do anything. What if the baby is born upside down? No, like in the belly. Sometimes big problem. Then I'll have to die. The time of the delivery, if baby is upside down, like not the right position, I'll maybe die. Big problem. So she was so worried, thinking what to do. Then at that moment, one friend from far away came and she told everything. My husband brought one fruit from somewhere and he's saying that if I take this fruit, I'll get pregnant. I don't want to eat this fruit. What to do? Then her sister told, hey, don't worry. I am already pregnant. As soon as I give birth to my baby, I'll give to you. Just give me some money in exchange. And put some clothes on the area of your belly and pretend that you're pregnant. Just tell everyone you're pregnant. Dunduli thought, oh, this is a good idea. So she took that fruit given by the saint and fed it to the cow. To whom? Cow. You see, but the fruit that given by the saint will never go in vain. It was given by a saint. Something very amazing happened. According to the time, her cow also, their cow became pregnant. And Dunduli, she told everyone that she was pregnant also. And after some time, this far-related sister gave birth to a baby, and in the middle of the night, she gave the baby to Dunduli, and Dunduli told everyone, oh, I gave birth to a boy. Something very interesting is that, like, everyone was surprised to see that the cow also at the same time also had the baby. But actually, this cow gave birth not to a calf. It was just like a human being, really. Just the ears, his 2 ears, were like a cow's ears. That's why the Brahman Atmadev, the son born from Dunduli, his name was kept Dundukari. And the son who was born from the cow was called Gokarna. Look, both boys, their nature was super different. That boy that was born from the mercy of the saint, he was like so religious and saintly person, such simple person. Gokarna, religious, simple, straightforward. But Dundukari, his nature of Dundukari was like vicious, evil, tamagun, ignorant no. So both brothers were raised together, but Dundukari used to go to school playing with the friends. He would even hit the other boys and sometimes throw some boy inside the well. Sometimes taking this knife and stabbing someone, the other kids from school. Really evil nature. But Gokarna was like super religious person, always serving Bhagavan, always thinking about God. You see, this is Gokarna. So both boys, they had very different nature. So after some years more, Dundukari, he was like so evil, really, so cruel, very bad person. Even in young age, he started drinking alcohol at a very young age. Started drinking alcohol from a very young age. Playing like bets, betting, playing, I'd say chess games, or not chess games, another one, like dice, all this stuff. Like wasting the money with this kind of bets and other gambling. So midnight, he would do bad things like drinking alcohol during the night. And he said, give me money. And beating his own father, demanding for money. Give me money, give me money. Atmadeva Brahman thought, oh my, why did I pray for a son? Why did I want to have a son in the first place? So in this way, the Brahman Atmadev, he was thinking with himself. He was reflecting upon this. And then one day, the Atmadeva Brahman told his religious son Gokarna and said, oh my son, what should I do? Your brother, Dundukari, is doing so many bad things every day. He's doing so many bad things. Wasting money. What can I do? What should I do? Then at that moment, Gokarna said, oh my father, this is the attachments of this material world. Give up all this. Go to the saints and do Bhagavat bhajan. These are actually attachments and illusions of this material world. Give up all this, oh my father. And do Bhagavat bhajan. Then Gokarna gave very beautiful instructions to his father. Hearing these instructions, Atmadeva Brahman gave up everything. Went to the tirthas. He was staying where the saints stay, doing bhajan also there. When his father left, Dundukari told his mother, "Father is gone, where's the money? Give me the money." Dundukari said, "I don't have any money with me, I don't have it." Then Dundukari started to beat also his own mother. One day, Dunduli, because she was so upset with the situation, she also killed herself in a well, throwing herself in the well, a well. Gokarna-san, my family life is like a hellish life, narak. So Gokarna, what did he do? Gave up that place and went to the tirthas, pilgrimage places, to the Bhagavat bhajan. So he was remembering Lord and chanting holy names. He went to all the tirthas, Gokarna. Wherever the saints were staying, there Gokarna also used to go. So Dundukari saw that there was no one else in his house. So that's why Dundukari kept 5 prostitutes in the house. And all kinds of bad things he was doing. One day, Dundukari, what did he do? Went to the treasury of the king and stole so many wealth, like a lot of wealth from the king. And he gave to these 5 prostitutes. The 5 prostitutes saw, oh, this is the wealth of the king. Tomorrow early in the morning, the police will come and they'll arrest us. And they'll also take away from us this money. So that's why the 5 prostitutes, they were planning in one place alone. They were thinking and planning. But let's do one thing. Let's kill this Dundukari. Let's bind his legs and hands. Let's put some cloth. Let's bind his mouth with some cloth so that no sound will come. Let's beat him so much, like beat him to death. But they tried, but still he wouldn't die. And then these 5 prostitutes put in the mouth of Dundukari one burning stick in his mouth. And he died. When Dundukari died, there was a well in front of the house. So they put his body inside the well. And they also put a very big stone to close the well. And the 5 prostitutes, in the middle of the night, they escaped with all the wealth. They left. They fled away and nobody realized what had happened. No one knew that how Dundukari died. Nobody knew. But you see, depending on the kind of the death, if the person dies tragically or suddenly like this, what happens? Like murdered, person becomes a ghost, so Dundukari became a ghost and started living in that house. So he was haunting the people of the house and village. Those who are having the ghost body, actually they are suffering so much in that body. It's like a really painful body. In the Agni Purana and other Puranas, it's described. These Puranas describe about, Garuda Purana also, describe about the ghosts. In Garuda Purana there are so many stories about the ghosts. Those who kill cow, kill father, kill mother, kill baby in the womb, abortion, they are Mahapapi. This is a great sin. Who knows which kind of low births they get. And some person who dies tragically or suddenly, like this sudden death, or sudden means like tragically, some murder, something like this, for example, like some accident, this thing. not accident, like this tragic death. Then, what happens? The person becomes a thief. Ghost. So then he was haunting the people of the village. Sometimes he would become in the form of elephant, sometimes in the form of dog, haunting the people of the village. Sometimes in the form of the fire, Dundukari, in the form of ghost. And he was haunting people like this. Ha 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 ha. Everyone was so afraid of him. One by one, all the villagers, they left. Then Gokarna, after going to all the tirthas, one day he came back to his own village and he saw his house was completely empty. And the windows, they'll start to move by themselves, blah, blah, making noise. Also the pots also fall on the ground, the pots automatically falling on the ground. You understand actually who is moving. There is a asariri atma, a soul without body there. And so all these sounds coming, he's moving, but Gokarna, no fear. Hey, who are you? Come in front of me. Come to me. No, the saints, they don't have fear. They are those who have Swayam Bhagava in their hearts. They are not afraid of anything. Gokarna said, "Who are you?" Then slowly the sound was coming. Actually, a crying sound. Crying. Dundukari said, "Oh, my brother, Gokarna, I am your brother." Dundukari. I died tragically, like I was murdered, and then he told everything. 5 prostitutes. So he told how he was killed by the 5 prostitutes. He told him everything. And then he said, "Oh, my brother, I am a great sinner. That's why I'm a ghost. Please deliver me from this ghost body. Please deliver me from the ghost body." Then Gokarna, what did he do? He went in many tirthas, pilgrimage places, to give the pindadan, these oblations. Shastra explains that if to be free from the ghost body, there's only one way, pindadan. Shastra explains all this. Gokarna, to deliver his own brother, he went to all the tirthas and gave pindadan, his oblations. But still, there was no fruit. His brother was not delivered from the ghost body. If it's a person is a normal sinner, like you can be delivered with pindadan. But if someone is like super sinner, mahapapi, durachari, like real evil, vicious, low person, doing so many bad things, cannot be delivered only with pindadan. So what to do? Gokarna was thinking. Then Gokarna, in meditation, he worshipped the sun god. Then sun god directly came, appeared in front of him. And the sun god told, "Hey Gokarna, do one thing. Your brother, to deliver your brother Dundukari, you should speak the Bhagavad-katha to him." Then Gokarna he performed the Bhagavad-katha yagya. He organized the Bhagavad-katha yagya. So he made Brahmana the main listener, a Brahmana was the main listener of that Bhagavad-katha, fire sacrifice, Jagya. He put in the middle also one bamboo of 7 knots, bamboo stick of 7 knots, and he remembered his own brother and called him with mantra to that bamboo. Dundukari, who was a pret, a ghost, came and was staying inside the bamboo. Something amazing happened. Each day of the Bhagavad-katha, each day he was glorifying the Bhagavatam. There are 7 knots in the bamboo, right? Each day of the end of the katha, 1 knot of the bamboo stick was bursting and opening. So for 7 days. After 7 days, the 7 knots were burst open, and in the end of the Harikatha, immediately Dundukari was delivered from the ghost body and got a divine body, Divya Sharir. And it came a divine chariot from Vaikuntha for him. He sat on this chariot and then he went to Vaikuntha Dham. All the listeners told, "Oh, your brother, he was delivered from the ghost body. He went to the abode of Bhagavan. We also heard the Bhagavatam. Why this divine chariot didn't come for us?" Then Gokarna told, "You cannot get the fruit only by hearing. You also need to remember. While you listen, also you have to think about it. Like remember. You see, Dundukari, he was staying in the ghost body, and he heard all the katha, and at the same time, in the next day, he was remembering the kathas. That's why he heard it, like you hear, but if you don't remember it, you won't get the fruit." So when you hear, at the same time, you must remember. Whatever you heard today, tomorrow, you must remember it. That's why Dundukari, even in the ghost body, you see he was remembering the katha. Otherwise, you'll hear the katha here, and then you'll leave it here, like you'll just leave it everything behind. "Oh, Gurudeva, you know what donation I'll give to you, Gurudeva? I heard all katha, and you know what donation I'll give you, Gurudeva? Whatever I heard from you, I'll just give back to you. I'll give it back to you, Gurudeva." That's why Shastra explains, no. You have come here, you have to take something with you. Give up the bad things and bring this good stuff alone when you go. There was an old lady. Every day she was coming to listen to Harikatha. When she used to go to Harikatha, in the beginning of the Katha, she would fall asleep. So when the Katha would finish, the Panditji would say, then she would say, "Maharaj, today you spoke such a nice Katha. Wow, so beautiful, so amazing. I've never heard this Katha before. I never heard this before." Actually, she didn't even hear it because she fell asleep. One day, her daughter-in-law told, "Every day you're going to the Katha, you are sleeping, you're not hearing, right?" Shastra explains, if you come to the Bhagavad-katha and sleep, in the next life you'll get, which birth? Snake birth in the next life. You have to be born as a snake in the next life. If you come to the Katha and you fall asleep in the Katha, in the next life, you know which birth you'll get? Snake birth. Bhagavan says, you are not hearing my nectar Harikatha and fall asleep? Oh yeah? Okay, be born as a snake. So, whatever the Bhagavad-katha is going on, you should never sleep. Anyway, the daughter-in-law said, you are going to the katha and falling asleep, you should hear it. So the old lady thought, okay. So she came to the katha, but you know the nature of this old lady, in the beginning of the katha, she would immediately fall asleep. Then, on that day, the same told, when you come to the katha, you should leave bad things and take good things along when you go. The old lady heard. She thought, okay, when you come, you will go back to your home, you should take good things away with you from the katha. So the saint told, you should take away good things along when you go and leave bad things here. So the old lady thought, I have very old and terrible shoes. My slippers are completely worn out because my slippers are very old. Not good. So, but there was a very nice shoes outside. Let me leave my bad shoes, very worn out old shoes, and take these very good new shoes. So she did this. So if you come for Bhagavad-katha, is to hear about Bhagavan. For how long you're sitting, like the amount of time you're sitting, just listen to the Harikatha. Because if you hear Bhagavad-katha, the jiva will directly attain Bhagavan. So I told about Dundukari, Gokarna. So Gokarna again glorified the Bhagavatam, and then all the listeners, now they heard with a lot of faith. They heard, and then a chariot came from Vaikuntha for all of them. And all of them were taken to the abode of Lord. Just like Swayam Bhagavan Ramachandra, when he went to the abode of Lord, he took all the Ayodhavasis with him in the same way.